In a recent speech President Trump made to the CIA, he might have just referenced re-invading Iraq. Oh, this could be a bad idea. Let's take a look at the clip and go from there.
The old expression, to the victor belong the spoils. You remember I always used to say, keep the oil. I wasn't a fan of Iraq. I didn't want to go into Iraq. But I will tell you, when we were in, we got out wrong. And I always said, in addition to that, keep the oil. Now, I said it for economic reasons. But if you think about it, Mike, if we kept the oil, you probably wouldn't have ISIS because that's where they made their money in the first place. So we should have kept the oil. But, okay. Maybe you'll have another chance.
Maybe we'll have another chance. That doesn't sound good. Another chance at what? Invading another country and taking their natural resources. Oh, great. Now look, if you're concerned, like a lot of people were, that Hillary Clinton might have gone to war with Russia, and by the way, putting this no-fly zone is also a Republican priority in Russia that would have in Syria that would have actually got us into conflict with the Russians. Well, look, I hear you guys, right? Yes, there was a concern that Hillary Clinton would put in this no-fly zone if she had gotten elected and put us in conflict with the Russians. But again, that just as I said, that's a Republican priority as well. So either way, But right now, what makes it worse in the foreign policy front with Donald Trump is that he's looking at war with Iran. Basically, if he rips up the Iran deal, which prevents them from pursuing a nuclear weapons program, well, look, if we rip up that deal, Iran is going to go back to making nuclear weapons, and then we're going to find out, and we're going to bomb them. And then you've got war. And if you think Iraq was bad, look at what's going to happen in Iran. Iran is 4 times the size of Iraq. And they actually have they filled a pretty decent military, and they've been funding different terrorist groups throughout the region. So even with this, now Donald Trump is talking about possibly going back into Iraq and stealing the oil. Or maybe I'm making too big of a deal of this, and maybe it's just talk. Then again, look, Donald Trump doesn't know how to shut up. So maybe he's just talking. Maybe, he doesn't have this speech ahead of time or written by Steve Bannon or anything like that. So he's just talking. It's just talk. Well, still, it is concerning talk because he's not just a crazy Republican candidate. He is now the president of the United States. And I am concerned because I am against useless, ridiculous wars and burning more fossil fuels. I don't think we really need to do either of these things. So, not a good thing, even if it is just talk. And I hope it is just talk. Now, another thing this shows is how much of a wild card Donald Trump is. Yeah, maybe maybe we'll have another chance. Maybe you'll find out what it's like to steal the oil from Iraq, invading a sovereign nation. Who knows? Or maybe we won't. I don't know. I got to go to the tweeter to find out. Ugh. Look, I keep telling you guys. Before the election, after the election, I kept telling you, brace for impact, brace for impact. A war with Iran or re-invading Iraq in order to steal their natural resources, those would be about the biggest impacts you could get. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYT Nation.